Hello, everyone. Do we ever find ourselves doing the same role every day and never think about doing something else? Well, I like to tell you that that will change today, as I will show you how I play two roles as a picker and a packer in my company, well, in my job in the workplace, as a picker and a packer every day whenever I need it in another area at work. And in order to be able to take the chance to be great and do other things, we must also believe that we can also do the same as others every day and be great whatsoever, no matter what. And Hilti, I've been with Hilti for about 3 years now, and I started out as a packer when I was hired, and I myself didn't do much good, and then until they showed me more and more, like at least a month or two, took me to be able to get used to the system and learn to be a packer myself. For the quota that we all have to meet is 40 lines per hour, and for picking is 60 lines per hour. For each cluster that we carry, that will a cluster will always show all the orders that will be presented for every order that we may scan to be able to start the processing. I will show you 10 steps about processing an order the correct way to be able to satisfy our customers that we serve every day in the workplace. So the first step is you would like to get your items. You would always have a cart with you, and you will get the items from the cart, which are placed from either 1 to 12 from your cluster, but instead there will be at least 3 or 4 items in each different order, depending on how much the weight is. So to start off as an example, so first you will place your items in your packing station whenever you get your cart and has a cluster full of different orders for you. So let's start the process. So we will get our order number. Our order will show like a cluster would always show whatever for us to know. And the transfer is always like if you want to scan the order by itself, the weight will always show so that way we the packers know how much weight is in each order and be able to pick the choose the right box for the order. And the outbound is considered the full order itself. Every time we scan it, we will show a summary of everything that's part of the order. To start off, so you place your items in the packing area, and then that's when you start the processing. You have your scanner, you scan the outbound. Now you have your full order in front of you in your computer. In some cases, a message will pop up showing what type of order this is. And our routes that we do at work is ZUS 101, which is ZUS 101, and that is UPS ground. ZUS 103, which is ZUS 103, is FedEx ground. And ZUS 514 is UPS air, which means it will go the next day. And instead of FedEx ground and UPS ground, they both go out the next 2 days or 3 days, whichever the customer may be expecting it. And for FedEx, it has another route that is just like UPS air, but it's called FedEx E, which is ZUS 10. I'm sorry. I believe it's ZUS 901. And for other routes that we do is we call T Force, which is are orders that go in a pallet and they go on freight to be able to go to other customers and everything, but only in pallets. But UPS, Ground, FedEx, they always go in the trailer, but it's only one order, but it's all in one trailer instead of going all orders in pallets, which is what T-Force is, and that's a whole different process. Now, so we have to be able to do this order. So the message will pop up. You will have it will pop up UN3480 sticker, which means that lets me, the packer, know that I have a battery in the order, and that will show. And every time you get the item, it will show. It will have the barcode, the number, and with batteries, it will always have the serial number, so that way, because most cases, depending if we have to do fleet, which is like another sticker that goes with the batteries to put for the customers to scan the barcode and know exactly what the battery is for and what it's capable for and other things they may order with the batteries. So we will always have the item number, the barcode, and the serial number. And that is where this label will go with the box itself, along with this label, and it's only for battery battery orders that may pop up UN3480 sticker, and this is where you the packer will have to put in the box that you will be processing. Another thing is in some cases, depending on the order, if it's chemical or it's anything with fire that may cause a fire or anything whatsoever, it will pop up in the message limited quantity, which means that I will have to use this label in order for the customers to know that this is capable, chemical, and it is capable of damage to other things. And for the customers, for them to see this when they comes to their door, it will let them know that this is dangerous to them. And in order for them to know about this label, that will make them sure that, okay, I have to be careful with this package, otherwise something bad would happen. That's exactly what limited quantity is for. And when it comes to other orders where we might get the box of the item that we get from our cart, we place it in the packing station, and in some cases the pickers will put all types of items in that box that another item is already in that box. For example, let's say we have Zig Z-Packs of 10, and that's already 40 pounds. So, and I have other things that it's 2 batteries and another item that will be best to put in that box, because that box itself is already, the box that already has Z-Packs and everything has a lot of weight, and everything is able to fit in that box. That way it can go at once, and the packers, don't have to use another box in order to put those items on in one when we already have one that's already done. And that is where we use this label right here, mixed carton. And this is only for when we mix other items with other items. But if we put other items in a box that we get from the shelves, then that is different, and that means we, the packers, can ship that out by itself and everything, but the other ones will be separate. But again, mixed carton is only when we put, say, 3 different items in another item that it's already full box and everything. And that's the only time we use this. So for Zeus 101, it will always pop up Zeus 101 that lets you know that it will be UPS ground. Zeus 103 is FedEx ground again. And UPS, when it's Zeus 514 air, we will use this sticker to make sure for the person who's loading the trailers, for them to know that this is that when they see this, they have to put it in the pallet because a UPS person comes and picks it up at the freight, and whichever doors we open and everything for them, and a full pallet of UPS air is for the next day, is for them to take and ship it off the air. Okay, so then whenever so to be able to process the order right again, is we have a full summary of our items and everything. It will show where it's going, the route, and then in the end, we have to scan our dimensions of the box we will be using. And in the summary of showing all the items included, it will show the item number, the quantity, and that lets us know, okay, I, Packer, am supposed to have two of the item that is presented. So for instance, this one's 2 batteries. So I know that I need to have, in the order it shows I need 2 batteries. And I'm supposed to have 2 batteries. And in that case right here, I do, and it lets me know, okay, this is right. And another thing, it shows 2, 10, 15, 32, which is another item, which is this. And this, the battery is 2, 18, 31, 82. It will always ask for a barcode in case we do fleet, like I said. But in some cases it may not, and you just simply scan them and you'll be good to go. So we see that, scan the item, goes through. So every time every time we scan our handling unit, it will go straight to dimensions of the box we'll be using. It creates a handling unit, which means that handling unit is going to have all the items that have to be included in the order. So in this order, I know I have 2 items and then this item right here as well. So after I scan both and the other item, I now know all items are in my handling unit, and now I can press F7, which is where it will print out your label and your packing list, and your label will show either being your route, it will print out a UPS ground label as shown with your name, the address, and the city, and then your barcode, and then it will show what route it is for the customer to know. And in FedEx, it will pop up the same with the name, address, and everything, and the barcode and where it's going. So like for instance, this one says FedEx E, which means FedEx E is like UPS Air. It will go the next day, and that will be FedEx E, that is express, and that is for the next day. That's only included with FedEx. But yes, once you press F7, you will get either a UPS label or a FedEx label. And you will have your packing list. And your packing list, basically, it will show your name, your address, and then a full summary of everything. As you can see, your item number, your quantity, in order for the customer to know exactly what they order and see exactly that they have everything they need that they order online. So another thing about when it comes to batteries is, yes, we will always have these 2 because that lets the customer know that there's a battery here and everything. And we will use ORPAC if if we put our batteries with other items, that way the customers know that the batteries is along with other things, with other items that are not a battery. Another case, but if the order itself only has batteries, then we only have to use these two labels. Okay. So now that I press F7, I got my label, whether FedEx or UPS Ground, and I got my packing list for the summary, for the full summary for the order for the customer. So I simply get my box, and this one's 864. That's the smallest box we have, and that's for all these items, because again, the type of box you pick is depending on, is how you, the packer, should know that what size should I use for the package, and depending on how the item looks will depend on which box you use for your order. So for these, I have this. So then, once you press F7, you create your box. And you will place your items all in the box, along with the proper paper. That way, the package itself is secured for the customer. And in order to ensure that there's no other damage or anything, because see, like this right here, I'm just showing an example for this. And as I was saying, whenever we hear like a lot of things moving, that lets us know that we have to put more paper in order to ensure we don't hear nothing at all. And that way we know the package is secured, and now we can put our label, and then we can put our packing list. So this is your packing list with the full summary, and we always have an envelope to go inside the packing list. I mean the packing list, yes. For the right, put it in there. So now we have our label, and then we place our packing list on the side. Yes. And then obviously when we get our label, it will pop up same as this. But right now I'm just using it because I found it. And this is pretty much how it is. That is how you should know how your box should be. And since I know that I got a message about the battery, I will put the battery sticker. And you can't forget the overback sticker because it's a battery with other items. And it should look like this. Packing list, label, the right labels that are needed for the order, in order for the customer and not have any errors. And that should be your order. And another thing, when it comes to when it comes to orders that have is air and requires limited quantity, that is now considered a hazmat order, which means that is now the items that we put in the box and everything require in this in the when it comes to hazardous material, hazmat orders, we the packers know that we had to use a special box for that order because that item that we have in this order is considered hazmat and it's more up and more dangerous than the regular items we already do every day. And that is where it requires extra documentation for hazmat, which will require us to sign in order to be able to process it correctly and not have any errors whatsoever. But yeah, as long as you know that I myself always write out all the routes that I have to know by memory, which is FedEx ground, UPS ground, um, UPS air, all the important routes that we have to know every day is most likely what we'll be doing mostly. And as long as you know those routes, you will be fine, and you won't have as much errors as much as you think you will. And in warehousing, there is a lot of roles that we may be doing, and every day that we think we cannot do, but as long as we try to do other things, whichever workplace you are part of, you can be great as long as you follow simple steps from someone that is showing how to, and in training how to do something that you may not know but you want to learn about. And you will be great no matter what. So I challenge you to do something else with your life that will make a difference in your life and will change things for the better, just like I did by going from partial, which requires mostly picking, packing orders, and I decided to go to FHD, which is more freight orders, which is orders on pallet, and then go on the trailer, and they're shipped out. So by being able to do that, I now have more than one role to play in the warehouse whenever my boss needs me to work somewhere else that requires more help than any other areas. And with that, we all as a group finish right as a team and meet our quota and meet 100% of customer satisfaction and everything whatsoever in all levels, such as no CCNs, which is CCN is considered customer complaints. As long as we keep that at a target and have 0 or at least 1, that is still good enough for everyone as a whole. And in my department, FHG, we go by overshorts, which is like when I pick an order and pack it at the same time, either I am short of the item that I picked or I am over the item that I picked. Either I'm over the quantity or short of the quantity, and that's considered overshort, whether it's whatever you pick and in the order you're given. And by being able to move to a different department did help me and grow as an employee, that now I am given more opportunities other places whenever I choose to change in a specific role in order to grow in the company and increase pay as well. And in order to do that, you must take the chance to do something new that you will not be comfortable with. Because again, everything's about being uncomfortable in order to do something right. And we are humans. We know we make mistakes, and we will always be making mistakes in life. And as long as we learn from them and grow with them, we will be great as a person and as an employee. So go out there in your workplace, whichever you may do, and be great as you yourself, and never stop believing you can do something, and continue being great in our areas that you know more about, and just believe. Thank you.